You guys like my Karen hair today? Can I speak to the manager? Andrew Yang endorsed Biden. This came as a complete shock to me, and came as a complete shock to, like, every Yang supporter. I couldn't find one Yang supporter online who was like, yeah, cool. Most of them were, like, extremely confused but supportive of Yang because they like him, or extremely disappointed, taking out the little blue hat off of their Twitter name and, like, calling him a traitor and being like, Yang, how could you? Like, oh my god, my heart is broken. Like, people were really disappointed about this, and for good reason, because I can't think of a single politician more opposite to Andrew Yang than Joe Biden. They have just completely different platforms, completely different rhetoric. Andrew's like the empathy candidate, and Joe Biden's like the anti-empathy candidate. Andrew's the not left, right, forward, like, oh, think about the future candidate, and Joe Biden's like, return to normalcy. Let's go back to the good old days. Remember Obama before Trump was in the news all the time and you were made to be angry about him? Remember those days? By the way, return to normalcy is just MAGA for liberals. And Andrew himself said he would endorse whoever takes up a UBI platform, and Tulsi kind of got on the UBI train, and Tulsi's still in the race, and he didn't endorse her. And Andrew himself has said before, like, oh, Joe, like, you suck. Like, he's just flat out been like, Joe, what you say is, like, not what America needs right now. That's just a disaster. We can't go back. We can't go back to those Obama times. Joe, we can't go back to the Obama time. So why? Well, apparently Andrew did the math. And he says that there's no way Bernie's gonna win mathematically, so he decided to just endorse Biden now, so that way we can all come together. Well, I'm not too sure about that, because back during the primary with Obama and Hillary, Obama was behind Hillary around the same amount of delegates that Bernie is behind Joe right now. Bernie's only behind Joe like 156 delegates. That's not that much, and again, I'm a fucking doomer, you know I am. I have no hope. I honestly don't think Bernie's gonna win. I think we're gonna be stuck with Joe. It's just gonna be a disaster, and he's gonna lose to Trump, and it's just... We all see the iceberg. We all see it, and we're all screaming. There's no way. I in my opinion, I'm negative. I don't think there's a way Bernie can win. The media's too powerful. They never praise him. They're always praising Biden. Biden literally wandered off the stage today. Biden wandered off, and then they were like, dead ass cut the cameras.
In the state of Delaware, for example, set up the coastal zone legislation, which means that they can't build any factories or anything within 1 mile of the estuary of the Delaware River and the Atlantic Ocean and the Chesapeake. And so the whole point of this is that we can do a lot to deal with endangered species. And one of the things I would like to raise is that we have to deal with this on an international basis as well. Because right now, for example, we have a thing, Brazil has the Amazon is burning because they're trying to clear the Amazon in order to make money in agriculture. What I'd be doing is organizing the entire world to say, stop now, stop doing that. We will pay you $20 billion no longer to do this, because
the fact that Yang endorses this man is just befuddling. Is that a word? It's a word now. It's befuddling. So Andrew's reason for doing this was his whole math thing. He saw the math, he saw the future, he was like, hey guys, let's get all around Biden now, time to unite to defeat Orange Man, and that's just what he wanted to do. Or was it? That's right, folks, it is conspiracy time. Some, like, new person found my channel the other day and they commented on it like, does this girl always, like, go into these conspiracies? Yes. We are unapologetically a conspiracy channel here. We do not trust the DNC. We do not trust the government. We don't like the government, but also government give us healthcare. Big brain conspiracy time. Did Andrew actually want to endorse Biden? I don't think so. I genuinely don't think so, and hear me out here. So as you saw, Andrew's endorsement of Biden was really like half-assed and lame, and it just kind of sounded like he was just like, well, you know, Biden's looks like he's gonna be the guy, so math, you know, like it didn't sound very passionate, which is most people's endorsement for Biden. Look around the internet or whatever, it's always like the vote blue no matter who people. Like there's no like genuine Biden support. It's always this like default, well, he's the guy we gotta get behind kind of thing. Like, amazing. You think we're gonna win with that? Really? Is that the winning strategy? Well, I guess. Well, I guess 2020. And so that was sketchy on its own. But then he went to Twitter and he posted this. Bernie is a personal hero of mine. He inspired my campaign and demonstrated what is possible when you run on a vision for the country that touches people and improves lives. He is who he is, and we all know what he stands for. A true warrior for the people. What I strive to be. So on the same day he comes out for an endorsement of Biden, he comes out with that tweet. Now that sounds like a real endorsement. Then he starts replying to people on Twitter saying stuff like this. Disappointed in Andrew Yang for endorsing Biden. I understand and know the feeling. This hurt, man. Yeah, I get it. Me too. That's why I voted for Bernie Sanders. I wish you endorsed him. You are not alone. That's only 3 of the examples, but his entire timeline was just him responding to people like, yeah, I'm sorry, this sucks. Oh god, I hate this. I didn't, you know, I did it because, you know, that's just, you know, where the future's headed and we all have to get together and defeat Donald Trump. So we gotta get behind Biden. Andrew, blink twice if they're holding you hostage. Andrew, blink in Morse code on CNN. Do they have your family? Are they holding your family hostage at gunpoint? But for real, it's actually no secret that the DNC does poll shit in order for people to endorse their preferred candidate, their candidate of choice. This isn't a conspiracy. This was exposed in the WikiLeaks. So I'll just show you this clip from my Tulsi Gabbard vs. Hillary Clinton video. We were very disappointed to hear that you would resign your position with the DNC so you could endorse Bernie Sanders, a man who has never been a Democrat before. When we met over dinner a couple of years ago, I was so impressed by your intellect, your passion, and commitment to getting things done on behalf of the American people. For you to endorse a man who has spent almost 40 years in public office with very few accomplishments doesn't fall in line with what we previously thought of you. Hillary Clinton will be our party's nominee, and you standing on ceremony to support the sinking Bernie Sanders ship is disrespectful to Hillary Clinton. And they cut off her funding at the end. They tell her at the end of the letter, we're not gonna support your campaign anymore. Like, they're basically just like, you're blacklisted. And they sent this letter to Tulsi around the same time of the primaries as now. A little later, but you know, when the primaries were still happening. They were telling her that Hillary Clinton is our nominee. How dare you support Bernie? Look at this. Tulsi was the only Bernie superdelegate out of all of them. Now think of how the media and the establishment has treated Tulsi since she joined this race. Constant smears, constantly ignoring her, constantly treating her like shit, Hillary coming out calling her a Russian asset, all these MSNBC, CNN people calling her a Russian asset, all these smear articles, just this very obvious organized effort to completely ostracize Tulsi Gabbard. And it worked! She's completely ostracized now. That's what they're trying to do with Andrew right now. It's an insider thing. They all have connections. It's a you scratch my back, I scratch yours type of thing. Tulsi didn't scratch any backs. And as punishment, she's evil. Even SNL depicts her as evil. She's been manufactured into this villain of the Democratic Party. And that is why. Now, do I think this is like 100% the reason? No. Andrew could just honestly be like, hey, vote for Biden, and then feel kind of bad about it because he feels like it's what he had to do to bring the party together or something like that. Maybe that's why. But it's interesting to think about that maybe he is being at least persuaded or pushed to endorse Biden. Another question I'm getting is, do I think Andrew Yang is like a traitor and like just like a sellout? And honestly, no, I don't. And a lot of people think that, and I have to say, I think Andrew Yang is a really important voice that we need, and I think he should run again in the future. I don't think he's a sellout. You can disagree with me, but I truly don't. I like Andrew Yang. I like his rhetoric. I think he brings really good ideas to the table. But what do you guys think? Do you guys actually think he's being like blackmailed behind the scenes or like low-key threatened like Tulsi was? Let me know in the comments, and I'll see you guys soon. Hopefully on my main channel. I have a lot of things I'm planning on doing there. Bye.